a Black Wednesday into you.
Yes. Because I use Black Wednesday, and because I mean Dark Wednesday.
Dark Wednesday, yo.
Black and the bonnet.
Okay.
I think it was tragic. And I'm not sure say any of us here can find any appropriate words. Yeah, the best describe it, what happened. Because for me, sitting here, I don't believe that Omane Boama, Mutala. I don't believe, like I said, Obi can't story be and you just want to, because it's something that is very, very, very difficult to accept. This is the reality. But unfortunately, it is the senior, and I should be able to kind of say, yes, and your heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. Obia, some of them, and you have personal attachment with 4 of the persons who are involved in this particular accident, and I think that is very tragic. Yakase nipo obia bewu, but sometimes kwanya befa so abewu no, and ya asem. Niko say ote helicopter na elusu control because they sit in intino a somersault will wiem. So Matisa man for a bisas and a parachute or hen a deben deben. Sometimes I think in some noba unya to wasiana tiasia helicopter idea out to the first thing you do is all seat belt. And this idea lose control na somersault will be my and yet to say plane a bit me and anti woman me quack of idea and as a phone such a near man of craving no cry in the home and a cock for my Anna. So her jet fuel. One of the most combustible, the most inflammable fuels I was as way so. And so now I'm making reference. I will call the World Trade Center and Kofi Akpaloo hijack plane the Kobo World Trade Center. One of the planes, now when say a failure with jet fuel, I will because when say a very explosive. And one of the jets from Kwaji, now you load jet fuel room. And I'm going to hijack the boom. So in your plane in a course of that particular fire, sir, and I'm fuel now, a woman, and the man exploding, the kind of devastating impact in your sana. I did win your carbon as an impact in the swamp. The likelihood say Jatoma, a nobody day, because jet fuel now can power the distance, the combustion, ama annoy ding. And so images and then as for circulate is very bad. And we the Ghana for this attitude of I want to be the first person to break the news. But we should know that the very people involved are individuals and they have families.
Yes.
And whenever we are circulating some of these things, we have to be very circumspect in showing some of these things. You understand? For instance, now I was worried about Nipa body. I asked Gubotomana but the explanation is yes. Explanation is not the bodies were so hot. Say body bag into they needed to transport those. The explanation, but
ventilation
exactly. Yes, but I think those or more those pictures. It's quite unfortunate. We need to educate ourselves now and stop it some of these things because Nico Obakaya similar thing happened in the US. Kobe Bryant,
yes,
only so similar helicopter way. Yes, police for no call scene, no could capture pictures no more post to ye. Near SC settlement over $28 million. That is how Sanima we are for taking it serious. Because some of these things, I scar about hunt forever. Just imagine like somebody like Omane Boama, Nema Meti TV, so and the last image Obenya, ASI Nema we and the bias and do you see how painful it is? Utu no Kayo Bana, this is what comes to mind. So I think that yeah, prayer na no lumba we ubehana social media man forces a microphone the Kweku ni penny say an interview and also to yes. And if I or not see the baby, I would have about the opportunity to be on TV. These are Lumba in the beginning, Yakufa confusion with the family because of some of these. I think
even we crown Kofasha Sequesicama village,
exactly. Yes,
and when I've been bloggers in Biaco,
yes,
and
people have started weaving conspiracy theories, Obian and Castle Obian to me, Kamba, some can make it sure so when and you who say we also dealing with family or more alusu somebody and people who are very significant. Abuaje, for instance, was a personal friend. I've been to his house. Your friend is saying Obuase Abuaje. And I remember yes, I remember Olusu elections now back and forth. Now I was on phone with him for almost 1 hour and over. And this is somebody.
Yes,
he has been coming to me as well. So that relationship is there, so you can understand. And yes, and the Honorable Mutala is somebody I've been admiring from afar. I like the way and analysis, very frank, like Asemno. And over the years, whenever I'm doing analysis, I make reference to in some what can say, or in the back can say, or he doesn't believe say honorable more different parliamentarians no deserve because on one hand na include for name bi omo ye no ha or he doesn't feel comfortable. This is somebody or cannot be straightforward, and within analysis and that's what means that this is really an intelligent person. Honorable Omanebo, this is a very young man, NDC IT from with a medical background, what blended with politics and how now Ofori me, and I started hearing stories the kind of nipa wa buomo nipa wa establish yomo as a young man in politics. And your friend is saying a man for a day before obewu no see social media video be by a crown or the your friend is saying plastic chair and a nanti Okohu family no in surgery, and he paid for everything. So that could be his last act of benevolence on social media. And I'm told that is what he has been doing. You understand? And there are a lot of young guys in the NDC who can say I am here because of Omanebo. Yes. What I say. And so these are the kind of impact I'm making on individuals. And then Honorable Samosapong, yes, I also I've encountered him a couple of times. I also very nice person who the first time I didn't even know say he will notice, but he called me by my name, kind of way, and a whole lot. So I think it's not just the family. You will be and the difficult aspect of it is and your private job you know I do we see mine. And that is very tragic. So I think across the political divide, we need to bury our political differences. Now you said these people, I call them the great 8. See, the big 6. We need to tag them the great 8. Now, eulogize memory. Now, man for who say, so cool, more mine, not in line of duty. So the nation will never forget you because very often we forget about people. I think we need to do something eulogize memory because any private job no more yet. Yes, I'm for but in line of duty like this, and these are individuals. I think there's something need to be done. Sabi be sha man for that kind of ahoden ni ayire ye ho na obi som ne man we yi ni yem ne nakomam ayesa ne ma we. And unfortunately I listened to some terrible, despicable comment from people who should know better, like Kofi Akpaloo on one of the channels, which is somehow I think said this is not a time for such irresponsible, reckless comment. You understand? Because say fa ho kra na su no se nipa no mo akam no omo firi abusia omo abusia. And say omobusia tisa wo kasa ansem we ya. I'm not sure say sometimes the best yes say woka wa no tuma you be abu yansani what asem na make and asamba na say wundi hwe ka you better shut up and just let those who speak to speak and those who mourn because sa ade we ya ye mean say you obusuani na sa ade we ya to a menya sure say obetimi aka say obu ani aguso ana say kokeka nsema wo ka no. And then I was very happy when the president made an assurance say an investigation will be started. Ade ba kwa kroma yenya ho ade sa na ma we ade we sia yemfa manyame sa yemfa manyame sa na ma no. I'm not sure say nyansa sama say yemfa manyame. Yes, nyame life in dem say belong to nyame, but we all must also do some investigation even what actually happened. Sabaya in going forward, the be avert similar occurrence. What I say, an accident at this stage is what we can say. But now that the black box has been recovered, according to the Ashanti regional minister, whatever conversation that transpired between the pilot and the control tower, and within, everything will be recorded, and I'm sure we will get a fair idea what exactly happened here. Because this particular your friend saying helicopter way has been involved in a lot of near accident situations. You understand? So we have to know whether time and you do for servicing, for the current state of way. There are a lot of forensic, I think, investigation that has to be conducted. These things are about public, you can't just shelve it and sweep it under the carpet. And I think that transparency must be accommodated. Exactly what happened. Now your man is move on. The situation like this, the best way to give you the family closure. Wama Ghana for closure. Yes, sir. We investigate for exactly what happened. And I think the kind of conspiracy theorists people are just throwing around, because my catchers and we are not just makers of news, we are all prosumers. People are producing, making and lay content. People are selling content for money, and for people who just try to create their own news. And some of this false narrative, it will become the established narrative. Family uncomfortable. One of the uncles interview, and they see I say Adebakuma Asena Chase a kind of ya pa any accident na sino na nye no more na mum sa kuku botona ya carry a woman na ye video among for the nam no de obi kon it's and just imagine say papa and that is the memory you have, and it's very terrible, you understand. So I think that my proposal is that going forward, parliamentarians will need to propose a legislation. I be dealing with some of the Nico car betting your ball. I'm a nurse. I know say a car bombs is here at the moment, and somebody can do CPR, basic things to revive you. But you know once in the problem when she had check camera a video.
And there are some background now of accident, road accident.
Yes.
Then the pan inside of so called Boni trying to face.
Yes, or the social media, because I mean, I'm posting when something could have been done to save. So I think that some of these things, some of these sensitive images, and as a phenomenon, we need to weave a legislation that bar man for, especially Obiu, any accident, those sensitive graphics, ban people from posting. And now, sir, some of these social media platforms, we can engage them, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, we can engage them, sir, within this territory. Some of these explicit photos, we should not allow them. I think Facebook and other platforms have those policies. The choir, you show a blue high, the catastrophe catcher, say sensitive graphic. And I think some of these things going on platforms, what's happening as a forum. We are fond of doing those things. So I think that we need to do proper legislation. From doing some of these things. And within the media space, and when it comes to some of these experiences, as a new and blogging, whole lot of dirty news now you true without being sensitive. Said Nipano, every family member, Nipa. And I think that is really bad. But as a young man, I think that we should be inspired by what these people lived for. That is very, very important. Mahamadu Bawumia helping and inspiring a lot of young people. Where he got to, he has been able to honorable Mutala, where he's coming from. And he's one of the selfless individuals I've seen. This is somebody very passionate about Ghana. He has been an anti-corruption crusader for a very long time. I listened to a video on why the young MPs. So we are Mansika and Labebu. You see how passionate he is, and also no yet debates and then for Abuaji has been a very fine gentleman, and then Metis and Ubika honorable Samuel Sapon and Semu Kumase. Abuaji crowd is so a last born. Oh, yes. I think that the heartbreaking way I met say the pilot. But 2 months ago. No, pilot, this year, losing the sister. Oh, okay. And I was here losing the brother. So he's the third. That is the story going around if it is true. Okay. So you can imagine, and the mother is alive. You can imagine the pain that person is going through. This same 2025 way. So my mother Lusu and mommy and son. So we will share the images like this. You should be very careful and you should be guided. say family no aka ha your man ya nete but be be social media no so cops be. So when you're weaving your conspiracy theories and then as for now, be very careful and be very mindful. It's not about getting the clicks on social media. It is about the sensitivity of how this and how painful it is. I did a heartbreaking and heart-wrenching experience. And I was at the Jubilee House and I may follow this kind of your friend, a memorial service and also President Mahamadu Bawumia. You could see this is a man who is visibly shattered. Broken inside because you see, Niamani Sisi, first one ever self guilt, especially when the person is going to represent you. A question about Musa Mekaso Munkonkwaya Den. What I say. So you could see the president is highly devastated. The vice president, Honorable Julius. Everybody was sharing tears and then as before because this is something that you can't analyze it, you can't explain. There are just you can't do anything that make sense out of some of these things. Obia, the air was filled, was heavy with grief, pain, and sorrow. And Obia Brifibi, and the atmosphere at the Jubilee House yesterday was that of your friends saying sorrow, then as a fall. So I think, say, as a nation, we must all come together and celebrate this great eight. Now you making sure, say, what they lived for, their legacy will be in our memory, will be on the consciousness of Ghanaian people for a very long time. Now, young Kaya we 9 day wonder, you forget your real. I think we need to do something to build a legacy for
that's Papa, wonderful submission. If you Ivan Che innocent, Mamen call Abubakar Sadiq Suleiman. Sadiq into
Nicholas. I didn't see it there. To be honest with you, it's very devastating. We know, sir, Sammy Canon, and I say, Ivan Akano, or will be a woo. But maybe I send a bit for you, no. And I will say, I touch Ghanaians. I just can't picture, say, now, what is going on? You see, now, I was so being called. And then Vakono and Koye, and especially Mutala, and I see Bra Mutala Ko. You see, Uncle Nimanka said, this is what is going to happen, Uncle. So, imagine, say, Omu a room, hundreds of feet. Now, you see, they were off the radar. They knew maybe or more. That anxiety, that pain. At that time, no mutina helicopter. No, what is going on? It didn't cost war. Team. Who say no. The thinking. You see, isn't sure. Ibra, and easy. It is. So I understand His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The way he was shattered. We know his closeness with almost all of them. He's very close with them. Now, Abani say, Wasmao, this is Wasmao, we call you with mommy on my behalf. Now, dear Meteno, I see you've lost your soul. And easy, my brother. And easy. So, I know, say, the family is going through a lot. And now, let me buttress the point of Ivan. Who say a flight never tore hormone, and I say helicopter never tore hormone. What we should have done, and I think we know. Let me use this medium to congratulate the people of Sikama. They did well. They were bold. They were brave. Just in case there's a survivor.
Is it from town?
2 hours.
2 hours journey. A forest in
a 2 hours journey.
A mountain.
You see, a 2 hours journey.
Easy.
And so it should tell you, say, but they got there trying to almost say, they can save her. It's a bravery, but when it comes to destiny, let's sensitize the minds of Ghanaians. Say, it becomes a crime scene.
According to a Sena, my witness in a quarter, or just a backroom who
say a
backroom far
very. That was, I think, that was when they were struggling because say fog go horse, you say. When say aeroplane now, the airplane will have to go through the fog. No, I brighter.
Yes, top.
But when we say helicopter, sir. So I think that was when they were struggling. They were struggling. Emma, what happened? And also, I got a broso.
Serious.
You know when it crashes. Fine. So. I know Charles said, but us going back to what I was trying to say, you know, say we say here, it becomes a crime scene. Forensic, I was saying, so what I say, the cause of what happened, and then you see, yes, we all know, say there was a blast in Kofi, but at least, you know, they'll gather some information that will help us in the future too. So, in as much as we are congratulating them, say, we are there, they've done so well. But next time, no, let's try as much as possible now. Yama police from Braho, no more cordon hormono. Now, just in case of anything, now, I'm bet to me some information just to support us. Aside that, also, with regards to the flight, you know, this is a particular flight, you know, other countries somewhat to know, that particular flight. I don't want to make mention of that flight.
The campaign,
yes, it's a particular one. So maybe say young government. And bueno, but it's Ashanti gold there also, and your government there.
So
you know, it's in custody of the military, but a gold company be there. So I've forgotten the name. I've forgotten the name, but it's a Yamudia, and it's in the custody of the military. So I believe say military is there. When it comes to maintenance, they do it very well. You know, Ghana military is one of the most experienced military in Africa. So I say, so we don't know what's happened. All those conspiracy theories just to try to put the military in bad name or the government or whatever. No, this is not the time. That is why we need a forensic audit to make sure say, what caused the accident. It could be say a nature because that is what caused it. But let's be mindful. Say helicopters to say just in case of accident, and a car will be motor will be young train now those responsible no so that they'll gather any information there. Apart from that, you know, so Nicholas, we have very, very wicked men in this country. Very wicked people in this country. We share social media. People are trying to equalize. Say, I see I'm an MPP for. See, I say, I see I'm an MPP.
But I don't say, and the crowd, Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia call. What's my main politics?
So that
acting Chief Justice
and I can say, we have very wicked men in this country.
I'm wondering the sort of a year will become within that few seconds. Could they have left even a message for anybody? How is it going to be? Look, this could have even been worse. And I call Kofi Addo. Now, the national chairman, I can say. Now, I was set on no national chairman, or war flight, and I said, see Bibia Benton on the vice chairman. Yes. Wow. Yes.
He ought
to have been on that flight.
Wow.
And I be been to the vice chairman in Konkusina.
From almost quite a say on Nobu Muntakaso compound, so sir.
Muntakan.
Nobody is so late.
Say no.
Yes, so you're late.
Or you're late.
Ama Kofi Boa, on the because on a minister
to
the kind. Oh, Sammy Gyamfi. I'm told, say, now or no so cry. He was supposed to have been part almost 2 coin and one could be. So this tragedy it could have been worse. And look, I was say a mabusia for Yako.
Papa.
Me and ra me penny for a soon, not penny for a bob and nano. No, ya.
Na me see me video be on Abo Montaka. O susa. Colleagues ni be call hage no.
And you see, me and ra be see hono. Person call me nyonku bi na yere ho. Minimum sanom. Atomode ayi bi besi ho na me se ma menye yi. Na say yeah no. Ye obi ayi ase and ye ho. Cause obi nim donko a ye be free wiase yakọ.
Enya nanu ya na late Professor Mills. Moye ne way say ya na onobo eyi munya mutala ne omane bo amomo nyina.
Last week Wednesday ye koye orientation. The chief of staff organized orientation for all government appointees and ye koye. Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia ono be kire kwan be fa so as government appointee obekasa how to communicate. No the be good through. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, doc. Sir, Kojo, me watch I have office. My imagine say, and Kaiya ye be quick around me for ho. So, yeah. And ne. Here, only Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia ye juma da wo. Or you very analytical
person.
Very deep. Oh no, onyusu yese mfanye na dwuma o.
Of course.
Akojo na nka obetimi akwa kwose defense.
Onyusu yese. And bibia so me na me hunu class a perfectionist. Bibia o ye no person o ye ma hu se wa ya de na me ho ate.
Yeah. So we appearance got prim and proper.
Look, eti emre de ne ko share elections directorate. Look, I had the belief say say in the past NDC yentimi nkoleti yeyi na manfo kasa papa ye de na be hye hoidie obayi adwuma no aye so endra na obi born tape bi a one no ye interview o say na ebase mu lose a o say we will not lose
so no can somewhere meet
me
no so
no kind
oba history ye na say Kojo elections no ye winning. We are winning these elections. Say, Bibia research is anything to go by. We have won this election. Nemo, I was on the ground, and I was here careful. See, I'm careful. And what's a friend is saying, activate all body cameras. All these things, Papa no. Look, I heard you. And apart from so, you're a politician or your doctor, you look, you're about opposition or call hospital. Echo ye juma
consulting.
And just one within a second, a split second, a lot of people are many on Makasa, the deputy treasurer. I say, I know paya many doctor Kasa. Dr. Makoliva Kevo. Also,
yes, program na say.
Look, Dr. Kevo, ebeye doc na. Eye Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia. But Mahamadu Bawumia no oyobi a on sheda ampekasa. Onye obi otu no.
Obey papa ne danan.
Dabi. And you know, o share a lot of the young guys are. You see what say one man wa hunu senior eden otie oba dwen say bia me hunu ye den bon but oben wa that you say ya ko election t-shirt ya ma ye ne kama yi me say wo ye bi be cha me na me nim bozi wo ye bi abecha me nsaka and I'm testing the doc. I have received the package, thank you very much. Ya ko eburi ye campaign wie Kojo why I'm so doc mo Kojo ba di na ti call nka bo say na ka o ba ji fuel we fuel je fakuto fuel na ko
wow there's a wokwa there one no was a personal
yes and you see who say Liana make kasa no na o say me shame ho so
no any atete
na o say me shame ho so ya such a young, promising man. And we know I was seeing him. Coffee. We need to know. Was he a some pay the about yeah, I'm making. Yeah, because I was here. It cannot happen. Yeah, President ought to have been on board. Hey. It is here. President ought to have been on board. And Nipan watch Baku Minusa watch Omu Fred Kwa. Near Yawo quite any acquire of fans who crawl here then. Look at the pain they have to go through.
And the Muso now washing.
Look at the pain.
Hush.
The pain.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.